Hi guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another project. This is number 2 for 2025 and it is the Airfix 172 scale Boulton Paul Defiant Mk.1. I always forget that. Really interesting looking aircraft, and I didn't really know it existed, and I came across it. I can't remember where, but I thought, no, I'd like to have a go at that. So let's get down to the bench and I'll show you the progress. So guys, here we are. Fuselages. I give them a bit of a black primer, and then I put that XF71. The yeah the what's it called? Cockpit green. And then I've done a bit of dry brushing with some metal grey. Just a bit brush, maybe a bit too much here, but no, I'm happy enough with that. Done the same here. Put in that bulkhead. The cockpit, there's not much in a cockpit, 172 scale. Although we get two pilots, well, a pilot and a gunner. Done the same there. And that seat's not sitting correctly on that. Anyway, so just a bit of dry brushing, and then put a decal on our instrument pan. Looks a bit stark, doesn't it? But anyway, there we are. That's okay. Put the wings together as well. Put the wee wheel in. Uh, painted them up. That's all good. I'll be able to mask that off because there's actually, where is it? Where's seen it? I believe there is actual. There they are. There's wee wheel covers. So these here. So we'll put these over that, and that'll mask that off. And that's where we are, guys. Cheers. So guys, I'm gonna glue the fuselage together here now, and I'm gonna use this medium thick black super glue. And the reason I'm using black glue is that once you put it together, you can see it, and then you know how much you need to sand down, and hopefully that'll help. Not sanding too much then, and maybe just use an ordinary cement here. Maybe use this Thomas cement here for the tail plane. Actually, I might just do that now. If I can get that off. Yep. And then we can, squeeze it together, a bit of pressure, and then let it sit for perhaps 24 hours or so, and that should do the trick. So a blob of glue on that. Now I'm just using a cocktail stick here to put this on. Now I know guys use accelerator to help the bond a bit quicker. I don't have any of that material here at the moment, so just nice and easy. It seems to be pretty good. Bear with me here while I do this. Get this all in. Okay. And then perhaps a bit on that edge as well, because that's going to be in contact with the other fuselage. Okay. Oops. And the moment of truth, just pop these two together, like so. Put a bit of squeeze. Squeeze it together, then hopefully the glue that we've applied will pop out. It'll give us a nice spawn. So just hold that for a couple of seconds then, and then get some tape out to hold it together, and some clamps, and that'll be grand. Just gonna clamp the back end over here at the minute. But you can see some of the glue's popping out already. The squeeze. So what I'll do is put a tape around that, and bit of tape here as well. And then a bit of tape in the middle. And that should be good to go. Stay here. Yeah. Yeah, good job. Happy with that. So that's great. That's, hopefully it won't give us the same line, and if it is, just a rub down. So you are. So that's it for 24 hours, and you should good. So guys, still getting on with the airframe construction here. As you can see, I've got the fuselage together. Nice smooth seam there. Got the pilot in, although that was a bit of a struggle because this one, they're not both the same size. This one is bigger than this one, so I was able to get him. I think he'll be able to fit in there as the gunner. Um, yeah. So then I put on this back piece that they have. They give you two options. This is the flatter one. But there was a bit of a gap. And the one that gives the hump, like if you like, was a better fit. So popped that on. Popped in the vertical stabilizers and the rudder, and yeah, so coming along nicely. I've masked up the canopy. That looks like a good fit. I just have to do the wee bubble. That we get more patience for that. And then the next step then would be to then pop on the wings. And they look like a tremendous fit. I don't know where you can see that there. That is really nice. Maybe a slight gap here at the back and maybe one at the front there, but the wing roots look brilliant. So that's the next step for me is to pop them on. And I can show you that then. So guys, go on and I pop on the wings. So touch of cement to get us going. So just nice and steady along the green. Should really have my gloves on for this, but is what it is. Put up there, here, around that. Okay. And then this on. And then just give that a couple of minutes to take. And then we can put some clamps on to give it a bit more pressure. But that looks really good. Just hold it in a bit more. You might find it springs out again, but we can put the clamps on. In fact, I might just do that now. So I'm going to put a clamp here. When it stays on. A wee bit more around this here. This joint here. Oh, some marks on that. Oh, that work. Might work. Okay, it's okay. And then maybe just put some seams. There you are, guys. That looks really good. If you agree, that's a quite a good fit there. So what I'll do now is I'll just let that sit and dry for a bit, and give it a good 24 hours to seal up, and we're nearly ready for primer. So just need to fix the canopy. And by the way, I was an umpty. I forgot to put the pilot in before closing the fuselage. but that's me. But we got them in anyway. And then the other one, I just need to mask this bubble, and then we'll be good for a bit of primer. Cheers. Hey guys, so I put on the wings there from the last time I was chatting to you, and I must say it's a fantastic fit. Um, really nice. Just a bit of a gap here at the back. I mean, that's not a big issue. But yeah, really pleased the way that's fitted there. Basically, nearly ready for primer. I just need to fix on the canopy. Um, and then I don't know whether to put on the other canopy or just block that off. I need to make a decision on that. But yeah, good progress. Block off these wheel wells, and yeah, ready for a primer, and then we can really see if there is any gaps. I'll maybe just do a grey primer, and yeah, I might just do a grey primer. I want to do some pre shading, like highlight the panel lines with a bit of black, so that when you put on your finished coat, if you like, whatever sea grey that's shining through or coming through slightly. So that'll be good. So I'll show you when it's ready for primer. Cheers. So guys, we're at the desk here now, so I'm basically ready for primer. Um, Popped on the canopy, all masked off. Put a bit of sponge in there because there is a gap at the back of the turret, if you can see it there. So I need to stop spray getting in there. Done the same with the inside of the turret as well, because we've got the gaps for the guns. So I think that's fairly secured there now. So we can get, excuse me, we can get a nice spray. Yeah, just need to fill that wee gap there in at the bottom and there. That's the wee gap for the antenna. Um, if I can show, if I show you the box art, that's probably the best way to illustrate it. Um, when it's in the air, it has the antenna at the on the underside. So I won't be wheels up; it'll be wheels down. So that will interfere. So I need to close that off. But yeah, and then I've just covered off the wheel well with the wheels up part. So yeah, all good. So there we are. So guys, here we are. So basically done all the construction, and I put on a coat of primer. You see that went down quite well. Don't know whether maybe needs another coat, but yeah, we'll see what we'll do. So I just realised there's actually two aerials that sit on the underside. I put in this one because I think it's not long enough. I think when the undercarriage is down, it won't scrape the ground. However, there's one at the back here, so I didn't put that in because it'd be too low. So yeah, pretty happy the way that's turned out. Now, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna put uh some of this XF1 flat black, and I'm just gonna highlight the panel lines all over the aircraft, and then we'll put on our base coats. So let me crack on with that. So guys, back at the desk now, and I've primed up the model, and I put some pre-shading on the panel lines with some XF1 flat black, I believe. Yeah, flat black, just to extenuate that. And then went ahead and done the underside of the aircraft. And apologies, I forgot to video what I was doing. But essentially, I used Sky Tamiya XF21, and I'm basically just a very light coat. Well, a very light several coats, just to sort of cover, but make it translucent, if that makes sense, so that they could see that black coming through. So I'm pretty happy with that at the moment. I think that'll do for that. So now what I'm going to try and do is I will do the top side of the aircraft. Now on the instructions, it's telling us to use the 29 and 30 are the Humboldt colors, so that's these two. Um, in the past, I haven't had great lot of success with the Humboldt colors, but I might give them a test and see what the effects of. But failing that, I'm going to use 52 for the dark earth, so that will be the lighter color. So that will be the first one that will go down. And then I don't have a mask, so I'm gonna try, wish me luck, freehand camo with the XF58 58, which is olive green, which represents matte dark green for the 30 of the Humber. So that's the plan. So let me get set up and I'll come back and I'll show you how I get on. So guys, I tested these colors out. So I use the Humbrol on this wee mule here. So if you can just see, hopefully the camera picks that up. So there's the dark earth there, the brown, and then the other side of it is the green, is the matte, yeah, dark green matte, and then the what's it? Just get the right name of it now, and dark earth matte. So that's on this wee mule, but obviously there was a dark undercoat on that anyway. So then what I done is then I just done the dark earth on the model itself. So this side is the Humbrol. As I say, just trying to light coat because you want that pre-shading to come through. Now I don't know how that's going to work with the darker green on it, but anyway, so that was the Humbrol, and then this side was the Tamiya, the XF52 Dark Earth. So put on that side. I think I like the Tamiya. Um, I think I like the Tamiya. So what I'll do is I'll get set up and I'll just cover it all in the Tamiya uh 52, and I'll show that. Cheers, guys. So I'm gonna spray on the Tamiya now. So really light coats. Put that pressure down to about 16, 15, 16. Um, and just nice and gently. Yeah, happy enough with that. I'll just do the same here. I think actually I'll just finish this bit, but I think I might have to turn that pressure up a wee bit. As you can see there, the trigger is right back. So it's actually forcing out that. Of course, it's not, I don't have it thinned with any thinners. So let me just turn up pressure a wee bit. Okay, turn the pressure up. So let's see how we get on now. So go. We're being nice and late. We try and get through that detail. That reshading. You don't want it to be rounded out, but you want to see it. It kind of is. I think that's going down a bit better now, so it is. Look at that. So there you are, guys. What do you think? It's okay, isn't it? It's okay, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I think I've lost some of the black that I was trying to keep. But hey ho, it is what it is. So I'll just let that dry off now and give that a couple of hours to dry, and then we'll put on the green. Um, Hopefully that'll go down quite well as well. But I think I've lost the detail. Oh gosh, I even missed a bit there. Look. Um, it's not what I envisaged. You know, I wanted the same effect as on the underside there, where you can just barely see the bits of black. But I think we've lost it there. I think we've lost it. Anyway, there you go. Let that dry now, and then I'll get on the dark green or the olive green. Cheers, hey guys. So let the let that dark brown dry off overnight, and then I tried to pencil the outline of the camouflage according to the instructions. Not precise, but near enough. So then seeing I had no masks, I tried freehanding. Just started outlining um the green. Um, I don't know where you can pick that up or not on the camera, but I'll get a bit of splatter in there. So what I'm doing, I've got my airbrush down 9%. I haven't thinned the paint because it seems to be flowing okay. Um, but if you look on the tailplane, I've done the tailplane there. That doesn't look too bad. I haven't done anything different, I don't think. But so let me just show you what I'm doing. So if I turn on the compressor, if you can, there we go. So I've got the compressor on. Um, so let's see. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get as close as I can um to the surface of the wing here um to outline the green. So let me just try this here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. So nice and close, just pulling back the trigger slightly on the airbrush. Oh, what has happened now? Oh, here we go. There we go. So just following the line right, and you can see that's not too bad actually. That's not too bad now. So let's try this one here then. That's all green. So I suppose it's best to Right. Okay. So still getting a bit of splatter. Then I'll just fill in that in between the lines, not too heavily, um, because I think I've lost my pre-shading with the brown. Maybe just went a bit too heavily on it. There you go, guys. The pressure's right quite low. I didn't thin the paint. Maybe that's my problem here. But you're not going to get a hard line like you had with a mask. But there you go. Actually, I think I'll just fill in that wee spot there. There's the effect I'm trying to achieve, guys. Um, yeah, I'm quite happy with it, actually. That's not too bad. Um, could be worse. But let me crack on with it then. Cheers. So guys, yeah, finished off the painting on the Boulton Defiant. Um, and I just put a varnish coat, a gloss varnish by VMS over the whole aircraft. So it's been drying now for over 24 hours. Um, happy enough with the outcome. Obviously, I didn't use any masks and I just free-handed the camo. But you know, I take it practice makes perfect, right? I got a lot of splattering. Now my pressure on the compressor was down about 8 or 9 or something like that. I didn't thin the paint. That could have been a cause of it. I'm not too sure. But I sort of tidied it up with I went over the brown again, and it's turned out okay. It isn't perfect, and it's not going to win the competition, but that wasn't my aim. I just wanted to do a good build. It's a lovely wee aircraft, a really nice fit. Unfortunately, I've done the post shading, but I've lost that on the top surfaces. Obviously my paint was too heavy. So just need to put. So what I'm going to do now, which will be in part three. So hopefully look at that. Is then put down the decals. Hence why I had the gloss coat, and then do a bit of weathering. Uh, put the prop on, put the legs on, wheels, um, tail wheel, etc., and then do a bit of weathering, and then the part three will be the decals, bit of weathering, and then final reveal. So watch out for that. But anyway, there you are. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. So guys, here we are. Um, so not very many decals on the aircraft. You see of bit of a finger mark there. That's unfortunate. Um, have to say I was a wee bit concerned about the color of this teal teal plane. If we look at the other option, actually I should have used these instead of them. Um, you can see the blue is much deeper. This looks like a French blue, if that makes sense. Notwithstanding that, there seems to be a bit of a I don't know an error there. The other one seems to be okay, but the color is weird. Um, so there's not very many decals for it. Funny, I noticed there was no decals on the underside of the wings. Not sure why that is. I'm sure somebody out there can tell me. But yeah, it went down pretty well. I did have a bit of a nightmare. There's a decal. I can just show you here. There's a decal here, probably pointing out where you can step. I tried to put that on, it just disintegrated. So I left it off. Um, it just went into a ball on me, but these things happen. So happy enough for that. I'm gonna try and put a few more of the wee stencils on. We get this. You have this stencil diagram. Um, so maybe do a couple on the upper wing and the lower wing, and sort of finish that off. I'll then give it a matte coat of varnish, and then we'll do some weathering. On the weathering, I maybe just do some light weathering, maybe some black panel line or something with let's tell me a black here. Perhaps I don't think I'll put the flory wash on. I'll maybe do some streaks out of the exhaust here, and then maybe on the underside, maybe do some oils to show some oil stain, etc. But I haven't made up my mind yet. But then and then put that all together, and I'll let you guys have a look. Cheers. Yes. So done the remainder of the decals, and then I've given it a coat of a matte varnish. And what I started doing was putting down some of this panel line accent color black. If I can just show you an example there, I've done a wee bit there before I started recording. If you can see the tail wings there, that's really come out very well. Capillary action has worked a treat. So if I just turn around and show you what I was doing. Basically, um, let me see, get that centered. So what I would do would be obviously not too much on the on the wee brush at the end of this, and just tap, and you can see the way that the capillary action is just bringing that through the panel lines. Obviously, if it goes over, you see, it's just magic to watch. Really therapeutical, actually. Um, and then that will fill our panel lines, and I think that gives a nice effect. So a wee bit too much there, maybe, but we can get some thinners and sort that out. So basically, that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm just going around the whole aircraft, particularly on this side, and I just drop dropping this panel line, uh, trying to be as careful as I can, although a bit clumsy. Maybe too much on the brush there, but yeah, you see the effect that gives you. Like, I'm sure you've all seen this before, but it's quite magical the way it just the capillary action just sucks it in and travels along. Good stuff. There you are, guys. So let me go and finish this off now. We'll get on to the next step. Okay, guys. I'm just going to put a bit of weathering on the underside of the aircraft, and this is just to replicate maybe some oil stains or something. So not going to be too heavy on it. So what I've got here, I've got some Winston Newton oil colors. So basically black, brown, and a red, if you like. Well, it's a magenta. But what I want to do is so if I just show you, so just get. Oh, I used a smaller brush. Sorry, guys. This one will do a better job. So just get a bit of a dot of the paint, and so pop that in the middle, and then get the brown. The wee drop of the brown. Put that on as well, and then a wee bit of the black. Okay. So then, with a sort of stiff brush, um, he says if he finds one, yeah, got a stiff brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag that back the way the airflow, and hopefully that will get the effect I'm after. Now I need to do it to the landing gear doors as well, because they'll be closed during flight. So hopefully, let me see. Wonder would that work? Oh, I popped that in. Oh, it's the wrong side, is it? Maybe I think that's maybe the right. Oh, I'm not sure. Anyway, let's have a go at this. So just dragging it back. And then get a bit of odor thinners on the brush. Well, that's actually, I've dragged that right off. Okay. Right, so try that again, guys. And so basically, dry brushed really the oil paint, and then put a bit of Olith thinner on the brush as well, just slight dampness to drag it back a bit. And then I tried a bit on the doors as well. I hope you can see that. I just want it to be subtle, and not too heavy. So it'll give us that weathering effect. There you are. Cheers. Hey guys, so here we are. Final reveal on the Airfix 172 scale, Boulton Paul Defiant Mk.1. So pretty happy with the way things turned out. Few wee blunders. So basically, when I was just putting on the final touches, there's meant to be a navigation light. It pinged off. God knows, couldn't find it again. Um, what else? What else? What else? God, I can't remember. I think it went fairly well together. Obviously doing this pedo tube here. A really good kit. If I'm honest now, the fit went really well, especially the wings here. That was superb. Um, the decals, I was, as May mentioned there earlier, the color of this tail fin. I don't know what happened, or if do I have them? I do. I should actually put these ones on because the color is registers is much better. A bit of weathering, very subtle, not too much. Did a bit of an oil wash, if you like, on the underside. Um, Tried to put out some soot along the exhausts on both sides. Obviously, I've taken off the canopy masks, and that doesn't look too bad at all. Got the turret in. The turret, when I was painting, the turret was in on its own, and then I took it off and then tried to put the gun placement in. Now that was a bit tricky, but we got it in as well. That was all right. Um, Basically, yeah, it's a lovely wee kit. Would I build it again? Absolutely. A lovely build. I mean, um, it's probably as good for a starter set, if I'm honest with you. A nice wee aircraft, and until I built it, I didn't know it existed, but it's really good. So I'll stick up some stills later on, guys, and there you go. Once again, thanks for watching, and thanks to all the subscribers who've joined the channel, and keep your comments coming. Thanks very much for watching. Take care. Bye.